The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
Interesting stuff is taking place right now. Friday morning, 15th of April, 58 will be the high today and 64 on Saturday. The Birther Report people, who are a group of folks on the internet that we spend time with just about every day. But listen to this. We're talking about Mr. O, and we can't, and I say we. I got a rat in my pocket. I'm talking about the Sheik and Phoenix Pilot and a number of other people cannot find the full show podcast of the O'Reilly Factor to get to the audio of his response to Obama's SSN. Now, you can get it. Listen to this. This is they, meaning Fox, have edited out the last 3 viewer emails and Mr. O's responses and skipped right to Pinhead and Patriot segment. No one can find any audio or video of the segment anywhere online. That's amazing. Fox News. The spin stops here, does it, Bill?
Caution. You are about to enter the no spin zone. The factor begins right now. Now, the Mail, Marion Roush, Ocala, Florida. O'Reilly, well, I am so glad you cleared up the myth surrounding President Obama. Come on, Bill, give us facts, not opinion. Gave you the facts, Marion? Stand by all of them. If you have evidence to the contrary, please pass it along. You got the facts. And finally tonight, Pinheads and Patriots TV side. New film was announced yesterday. It's about thug mobster John Gotti, who died in prison after being convicted of murder. Movie will star John Travolta as Gotti, Lindsay Lohan as the Victoria Gotti, I guess. Question is, are they Pinheads or Patriots for taking the roles? Keep in mind that actors have to work, especially Miss Lohan. So please vote on BillO'Reilly.com about that. Now,
mysteriously, all the Mr. O. Bill O'Reilly Factor audio of his response to Obama's SSN Connecticut question have been edited out by Fox, edited out of at least 3 viewer emails, and no one is able to find them. They skip now directly to Pinhead and Patriot. No one's finding it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get all the background noise. He's in a train station. He is my true favorite. Dr. Jerry Corsi joins us, and Mr. O, falsely claiming Connecticut was a residence for Barack Obama Sr. Dr. Corsi, good morning.
Hi, Peter. Sorry about the train.
Hey.
I'm in Back Bay in Boston, going back to New York today.
Not a problem.
I'm in Boston. Look, Bill O'Reilly really blew it. I mean, it's obvious Bill O'Reilly has not studied the Obama eligibility issue at all. Mostly he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's the blowhard at this and the pinhead, I think, increasingly. But just to be specific, Barack Obama's father, Bill O'Reilly, said that the reason the president is using a Social Security number that was issued in Connecticut was because Barack Obama's father lived in Connecticut, and that the Social Security number was issued through the father to the son, both of which are totally incorrect. Barack Obama Sr. never lived in Connecticut. I've got his addresses all pinned down from the time he arrived in the United States in September 1959 in Hawaii until he left to go back to Kenya. And he was back in Kenya in 1965. This Social Security number wasn't issued until 1977.
Also, I mean, so you have tried to track, and I know it's very difficult to track, as he called himself, Barrick Sr., but in 1962, September, he does go to Harvard to begin a PhD program. But when did he quit the program and go back to Kenya, Doctor?
Well, he quit at the exact date. I'm not sure. In September 1959, he got to the United States, and he was at the University of Hawaii. He was basically doing undergraduate work, and he left in June 1962. This is all documented by the Hawaiian newspapers, which were interviewing Barack Obama. Then he went to Harvard, and I believe what I've got pinned down is that he rented a apartment in Central Square here on the Red Line in Boston, on the MTA. That's location would be very convenient to go to Harvard. Now, when exactly did he leave? I think he left sometime early in 1965. He's back in Nairobi. I know that for a fact because this East-West Journal that published one of Barack Obama Sr.'s papers in 1965 listed that he had studied at Harvard and he was now back in Nairobi continuing his studies while working at one of the ministries for the Kenyan government. So we got that date firmly documented. And, of course, 1965 is 12 years before this Social Security number President Obama is using was issued. So there's no way first of all, Barack Obama Sr. did not go to Yale, which would have been in Connecticut and New Haven. He never took classes at Yale. He never had a Connecticut address. Barack Obama Sr., the father, only lived in Honolulu and then in Cambridge, Massachusetts. And in 65, he was back in Nairobi.
So
Bill O'Reilly got it totally wrong.
Well, but did he do it on purpose? I mean, this...
Well, Peter, one of the bloggers, and one of the clearly in-the-bag bloggers for Barack Obama, produced this as a lame excuse because the White House won't address the issue. WND, we've had, our Lynn Kinsolving, who was our reporter at the White House, asked Gibbs to address the issue of why Barack Obama is issuing a Social Security number, probably issued to somebody else, best we can document. In 1977, Barack Obama shows up using this number around the early 1980s. We don't know that it was issued to Barack Obama. And Gibbs would not answer the question. Now, one of these bloggers came out and said, well, the reason he got the number issued in Social Security number issued in Connecticut was his father was there. It was a lame excuse, trying to provide it, answered that one, check it off the box. Response, even though the answer was wrong, no factual basis. Barack Obama Sr. never lived in Connecticut, and the answer is totally non-responsive. Bill O'Reilly fell for it because
why
demonstrates. Go ahead.
The problem I have, Doctor, is this is a man who has claimed to see the truth on the first morning with the emails that now you can't get any of that. Fox has taken it down, and I can't, and I have. Not that I can do it, but there are two guys on this staff that are excellent at finding stuff on the internet. All of this has been either scrubbed or taken down or whatever you want to call it, dismissed. But he said Barack Obama was born in a hospital in Honolulu and a factor stands by it. Words to that effect. And I said, well, name the hospital, Mr. O. I'm sorry, sir. No, you, please.
Well, the hospital also has not been named, and O'Reilly, again, is slipping through these things. Fox has scrubbed O'Reilly's mistakes off the internet.
But what does that say? What does that say about them?
Well, and again, Fox is, people think, Fox is a conservative station, and it is, compared to the others. But Bill O'Reilly has been more concerned that he gets interviews with Barack Obama, and has been a big defender of Barack Obama. Peter, when you really look at the eligibility question, it's one of the points I've been wanting to make. It's really the emperor has no closed story. That's what this is. It's looking at the president and saying, this guy is not eligible to be president for a variety of reasons. Dual citizen at birth, probably adopted in Indonesia, a citizen in Indonesia. We don't know where he was really born. We can't get the long-form hospital-generated birth certificate. So the emperor has no clothes. Now, Bill O'Reilly doesn't want to say that because he wants to have more interviews with Obama. So increasingly, you've got O'Reilly out there in the tank for Obama, supporting him on the eligibility issue and calling pinheads the millions of Americans who care about the Constitution and want to see the proof that Barack Obama is eligible to be president under Article 2, Section 1 of the Constitution.
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.